The Librarian of Congress is the head of the Library of Congress, appointed by the President of the United States with the advice and consent of the United States Senate, for a term of 10 years. The Librarian of Congress appoints the U.S. Poet Laureate and awards the Gershwin Prize for Popular Song. The Librarian of Congress has broad responsibilities around copyright, extending to electronic resources and fair use provisions outlined in the Digital Millennium Copyright Act. The librarian determines whether particular works are subject to DMCA prohibitions regarding technological access protection. On July 13, 2016, the U.S. Senate confirmed Carla Hayden as the librarian by a vote of 74 to 18, and she was sworn in on September 14, 2016. History. The United States Congress established the Library of Congress in 1800 via an appropriations bill, signed by President John Adams. In 1802, 2 years after the creation of the library, President Thomas Jefferson approved a congressional act that created the office of the librarian, and granted the president power of appointment over the new office. Shortly thereafter, Jefferson appointed his former campaign manager John J. Beckley to serve as the first Librarian of Congress. It was not until 1897 that Congress was given the power to confirm the president's nominee. This same law gave the librarian the sole power for making the institution's rules and appointing the library's staff. For the majority of its history, the position was not subject to term limits, essentially making an appointment a life term. Most librarians of Congress have served until death or retirement. As a result, from 1802 to 2015, the United States only had 13 appointed librarians, and the library enjoyed a continuity of atmosphere and of policy that is rare in national institutions. However, in 2015, Congress passed and President Barack Obama signed into law the Librarian of Congress Succession Modernization Act of 2015, which put a 10-year term limit on the position with an option for reappointment. The legislation was seen as a critique of librarian James H. Billington's unwillingness to hire a permanent chief information officer to effectively manage and update the library's information technology. There are no laws or regulations delineating qualifications for the office holder. The position of Librarian of Congress has been held by candidates of different backgrounds, interests, and talents throughout its history. Politicians, businessmen, authors, poets, lawyers, and one professional librarian have served as the Librarian of Congress. However, at various times there have been proposals for requirements for the position. In 1945, Carl Vitz, then president of the American Library Association, wrote a letter to the President of the United States regarding the position of Librarian of Congress, which had recently become vacant. Vitz felt it necessary to recommend potential librarians. Vitz stated the position requires a top-flight administrator, a statesman-like leader in the world of knowledge, and an expert in bringing together the materials of scholarship and organizing them for use. In short, a distinguished librarian. In 1989, Congressman Major R. Owens, DNY, introduced a bill to set stricter requirements for who may be appointed. He argued appointed librarians need to have specialized training. The bill did not become law. Librarians of Congress. 1. John J. Beckley, 1802–1807. 2. Patrick Magruder, 1807–1815. 3. George Wattiston, 1815–1829. 4. John Silvermean, 1829–1861. 5. John Gould Stevenson, 1861–1864. 6. Ainsworth Rand Spofford, 1864–1897. 7. John Russell Young, 1897–1899. 8. Herbert Putnam, 1899–1939. 9. Archibald MacLeish, 1939–1944. 10. Luther H. Evans, 1945–1953. 11. Lawrence Quincy Mumford, 1954–1974. 12. Daniel J. Boston, 1975–1987. 13. James H. Billington, 1987–2015. David S. Mao, 2015–2016. Acting. 14. Carla Hayden, 2016. See also: List of librarians. Parliamentary Librarian of Canada. Further reading. Hiring. The first Librarian of Congress for the Internet Age. The Atlantic. June 2015. Many choices for Obama in replacing Billington at Library of Congress. New York Times. June 2015. Alan S. Inouye. June 2015. Who should be the next Librarian of Congress? Wrong question. Quote. Roll call. Jessamine West. July 2015. The next Librarian of Congress. The Message. Via Medium. Andrew Albanese. July 2015. Could the nomination of the next Librarian of Congress spark a political battle? Quote. Publishers Weekly. Jessamine West. ed. 2015. Librarian of Progress.